The bananas, I'm going to make banana bread, and I'm just going to make one banana bread. And then the rest of the bananas, I'm just going to peel and slice up and just put them in the freezer. And then they're perfect for shakes and smoothies. And I might even be super nice, and once they're frozen, dip them in melted chocolate and refreeze them again. And I don't bake my own recipes. When I cook, I'll throw stuff together. But when I bake, I find random recipes. So this is a random recipe. It doesn't even tell me what website I found it from. I just found it from today. And so I'm just going to make some of this and get this started. This says preheat the oven and butter your pan. And I'm just going to spray it over the sink. Apparently everywhere else. I didn't realize how thick that one was. So, all right. Definitely sprayed it too close to the pan, but there we go. There's our pan. So what we need to do, in a mixing bowl, mash the ripe bananas with a fork until completely smooth, and then stir in the melted butter and mash that into the bananas. So my butter is softened. And I just need a 1/3 cup. I'm awesome at exploding butter in the microwave. We also have a Korean microwave, and it can burn a popcorn without ever popping it in a matter of seconds. So butter tends to be the same. I've exploded multiple butters. So we need about 2 to 3 medium, roughly 1 1/4 to 1 1/2 cups of mashed bananas. And so I'm just gonna cut them right off the vine. So we're just gonna put our bananas in. I love baking and cooking. I have really gotten out of the habit, unfortunately. And so I'm trying to get back into the habit. For a very long time, everything was from scratch. No boxes of anything in this house. That's not true. I had boxes for like easy meals, but the majority of me cooking was all from scratch. And I miss that. My goal is to kind of get back to her. Since we moved to Korea, I have not volunteered a single minute of my time, which was really hard to get used to at first, since I was volunteering hundreds of hours a week to nothing. But it's kind of nice. I feel like I can really do what I want to do. And so in that time, I learned how to sew. I absolutely love sewing. I've sewed some clothes, lots of pajamas for my family, and even bags and purses, which I love to sew also, and you'll see a lot of that on the channel as well. Okay, I'm just mashing our melted butter in with our mashed bananas. And you know what? I didn't even check to see. That looks to be about 2 cups. So we'll have 3 bananas that we can just put in the freezer and use for whatever we so choose to use. Okay, so the next thing, mix in the bowl the ripe bananas with a fork and spoon. Okay, mix in the baking soda and salt, and then stir in the sugar, the beaten egg, and the vanilla extract. So I'm actually going to save myself a dish, and I'm going to beat the egg in the same dish we melted our butter in. Beaten up. Okay, and so we need, how much baking soda? We need 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda and a pinch of salt. So, YouTube. And it's always kind of on in the background. And I thought I could do that, and that would be fun. And then I could talk to you guys, and I'm not alone all day in the house. So it says just a pinch of salt. So I'm just gonna, there you go, pinch of salt. Stir that in. So I'm kind of inviting you into my everyday. And some days are super boring and we don't do a whole lot. And some days I make banana bread and try and sprout sweet potatoes. Now it wants 3/4 cups of sugar. Half if you want it a little less sweet, and then a full cup if you want it more sweet. So let's see what we have. We'll start with half. These bananas were super ripe. So let's just see what we have in this bag. So this bag wasn't even half. So this guy weighed, and then that was about 1/4 of a cup. Got a big chunk in there, so. Alright. I think we're gonna stick with half. Half sounds pretty good to me. Because they're so ripe, they're gonna be so sweet already. So we'll go with half. So now we need to put in our egg. I also want to get good at gardening where I can be able to make our own marinara sauces and like salsas and things like that for the whole year. Be able to can it, do mass productions of that, because I think that would be great. And then it just tastes better when you did it, right? It tastes better when you grew it or you put your love and time into it. And so even though I want to be able to do our garden so that we can can all of that in and have it exactly what we want. And then I know exactly what is in the food that I'm feeding my family at 350. So that's about as high as my guy really gets, my oven really gets. So I think we'll be okay. Kind of eyeball 1.5 cups out since my half cupper. I wasn't thinking, and I put them in with the eggs in the butter dish. So we're gonna stir this together. It's time to move from a fork to a spatula to get down in there. So I think that would be fun. I did, like I said, we did can a couple years ago what we got from Apple Landings in Sierra Vista. Well, it's not in Sierra Vista, it's in Arizona when we were living in Sierra Vista. So that was a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed it. And so I would love to be able to do that when we're back stateside, to be able to have a lovely garden and be able to stock and make a lot of our own things. Okay, so this is going to go into the oven for 50 to an hour, depending on my oven. It'll probably be closer to 40 minutes. I'm going to actually check on it in half an hour, and then probably in 5 to 10 minute increments from there. So we'll see when it's ready to check on. Okay, so we're going to check on the bread, and it's smelling good. Ooh, it's looking toasty in there. Like I said, we don't need normally a whole lot of time. Oh, it's looking good and caramelized, and I need new pot holders. They're also, she's not quite done yet. Definitely not quite done yet. I'm going to attempt to turn that down just a little bit. It normally has an on or off, so if you adjust the temperature at all, it's just going to turn off. But we will see. We will see if we can't get her to hang out and cook. Hey, so we just got this one from school, and I forgot to film taking out the banana bread because I was kind of in a rush and doing something else. So I pulled it out right before I left, and it's nice and cooled. She's a little dark on the sides, but I think she'll still be fine. She's not burnt, just a little dark. And LJ is going to be your taste tester. So let's get her out. Let's see. Let's see if we can't get her out.
Hello, people of the internet.
The people of the internet. Let's see. There we go. I'll move that down.
It's a rainy day.
It is a super rainy day. So let's see if we can get her out. Let's move. Whoops. Let's see. Oh! Yep, she's going to come right on out. No problem there.
No problems.
No problem there. Okay, so it's just the end of bread is actually my favorite on homemade breads and banana breads and stuff. What's your favorite, LJ?
My favorite of most breads is the middle.
The middle pieces?
The middle pieces is my favorite part of breads.
I'm going to go ahead and slice it all up because if I leave it to my family, this will be a slice.
It will.
It will.
It will.
All right, so she's all sliced up. You like a middle piece, so you want this piece? Is that good?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay.
You want to cheers it?
Cheers.
That's good bread.
Is it good?
That's good bread, Brian.
I think so. I'm going to use some nuts. That's something that we normally put in our banana bread.
Definitely could use the nuts, but...
And because we only added half a cup of sugar, she's not super sweet. So she would be great with some butter. In fact, I'm going to grab some butter. You want to try it with some butter?
Actually, not that bad.
It's actually really good, right? So, yeah,
Thumbs up.
butter's what it needed. All right.
Or some hazelnut.
It's talking about Nutella. Okay, so I'm going to get this bagged up. This one's going to start on homework. And then I kind of think that's it today. Bye!